Hi, my name's Tann and welcome to my Fresh Music Fix. Artists from around the world send me their music. I pick the songs I like the best and put them together in a podcast to share with you. In this, episode 39, we've got BJD, Around About Dusk, Shallowdrown, but I'm going to kick off with Laptop. I don't know, but I know you are going to love it.
Here we go.
Are you ready, set, go?
Questions. Her name was Susan the Tester.
What's she testing for?
Just wants to know what I know so far. So ready for the first question. I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
No, he don't know.
I'm just a kid thinking about silly stuff.
About silly stuff.
And rainforests and all the random topics. Susan could see us distracted. There had to be a reason. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just a kid thinking about silly stuff.
Hello. Oh, they're gone. That was Laptop, and I don't know. Yes, that's exactly what it is. I really don't know at the moment. I have one of those disastrous beginnings to the podcast where I set all my mic up and everything, and getting everything sorted out, and I had my drink of water, and then I knocked the drink of water over my desk, and it's gone everywhere. And it's one of those things where you pick it up and you throw things and go, I'm living in a bloody doll's house. Why can't I live in a huge big house with a great big lots of space and stuff like that? But it didn't happen. But anyway, I've tidied everything up. Calm down and listen to that fantastic song. So that was Laptop, and I don't know. And that's the father-son combo that we've played before. They're American. They're from New York. And what have I got? There's not an awful lot about them, actually, which kind of bodes well sometimes. And sometimes you think, I wish you made more effort. Because sometimes people don't need to make the effort because there's the effort being made for them by somebody else. So they're New Yorkers, but they've actually got a gig today, Monday. It's not. This is Sunday, by the way. I'm just doing this now. Today, Monday, in Stoke Newington, of all places. So if you're hearing this now and you think, I want to hear this American Beck, it reminds me a little bit of Beck, and I love Beck. I was playing Beck last night, actually, on a friend of mine's. Fantastic, and I loved it. Loved that track. It's been an interesting weekend. I've met a good old friend, Dave. I bought a new guitar. and we went and saw a band last night, and I'll tell you a little bit about that later on. Anyway, before I tell you about that, and also news on the jingles from last week. Remember the jingles that we did last week? Me and Chris and I did last week, and set the challenge for some people to send some jingles in. Well, let's see whose prediction was correct so far. Anyway, let me play this. This is BJD and Cold Bias.
It seems like everything that poisons my body deep ignites the pulse of my soul. Test my metal like the devil on a trampoline. Didn't get hot till I set it on fire. Found out that the worst parts are the best of me. Go figure, my triggers denial. Trying to find truth in a world that's dry as bone. Relax, you're just relapsing again. I've become cold biased, detach myself emotionally. Hell is other people at my gate. I've become cold biased, move along, there's nothing to see here now. Just the empty shell casings of a misfired, miscarried. Oh, soul, how does it feel to be free? Not having to deal with me. Lord, where you go? Ways trying to find faith in a church that's indicted cold. Relax, you're just being born again. I've become cold biased, detach myself emotionally. Hell is other people at my gate. I've become cold biased, move along, there's nothing to see here now. Just the empty shell casings of a misfired, miscarried. God grant me the serenity. God grant me the serenity. God grant me the serenity. I've become cold biased, detach myself emotionally. I've become cold biased. I've become cold biased, move along, there's nothing to see here now. Just the empty shell casings of a misfired, miscarried. God grant me the serenity.
Wow, love that. Absolutely love that. That's BJD, otherwise known as BJ Davis. Now, I haven't got an awful lot to tell you about him because I looked at the email and it says, all right, Nick, here's 2 tracks. And there were 2 tracks and that was one of them. That was it. That's all I've got. I can't tell you where he's from. I'm assuming it's a he, BJ Davis. I think it might be. I'll have a little look and see if there's anything I can put on the show notes. So, as I mentioned earlier on, I did buy a brand new... it's not brand new. It's brand new for me. I never buy a brand new guitar. Who wants to buy a brand new guitar? It's a new guitar, and it's gorgeous, and it's called Gretchen. And I'll put a picture of it up on the website. So if you don't go to the website, it's Nick. It's not. It's Nick. Yes, it is. It's nicktannsfreshmusicfix.com. So if you go there, and there'll be a picture on the front page of it, on the front page of this particular edition of that program. I just went and stayed with Dave in Stroud. We went to Stroud, and we went and saw a band last night called Pete and Diesel. Now, I'd heard of Pete and Diesel before. I think I've seen a little documentary about them, and Dave said, Dave hadn't heard of him. Dave, who has actually been on this show before, he's done a guest spot, and I kind of knew what to expect, and I'd actually decided to buy myself some earbuds, some what are they called? Yeah, ear protectors. You know, those earbud things. And I'm really glad I did, because they were really, really loud, and I thought they were quite boring as well. So I don't mind being smashed in the face or ears with loud music if I really love it. As I didn't really love it, I'm glad I didn't take that risk. It was quite boring. Not my thing. I don't know if you've heard of Pete and Diesel before, but yeah, I'm not going to say all the things I didn't like about them, because that's a bit pointless, really. So yeah, not an awful lot I can tell you about BJD, but I'll have a look around, see if I can find something to put in the show notes. So you might be reading something now if you're on what would you be on? Oh, my brain's gone. It's Sunday evening, and yeah, Spotify. That's it. If you're on Spotify, you can read the notes as you go along. So the next band I've got, I can tell you about them, but I'll tell you about them afterwards, and I'll tell you who they kind of remind me of. And in the style of music, they remind me of something. An old favourite of the podcast from years gone by. And I thought, look, it all makes sense. This band's called Around About Dusk, and this is The Swarm. You're going to love this.
You keep howling at the moon, the moon, the moon. She was like thunder on mountains. She was the eye of a storm. She was the edge of a knife's blade. She was the beast when they swore. You keep howling at the moon. Eldritch croon breezes strewn, howling at the moon, the moon, the moon. She could tell fortunes and tea leaves. She met with coffins at night. Poison down the moor of King Louis. He seized much to her delight. You keep howling at the moon. Eldritch croon breezes strewn, howling at the moon, the moon, the moon. You keep howling at the moon. Eldritch croon breezes strewn, howling at the moon, the moon, the moon. She could be sunflowers beaming. She could be full of delight. She could be roses in full bloom. But she loved to bloom in the night. You keep howling at the moon. Eldritch croon breezes strewn, howling at the moon,
How about that? Beautiful. And Drew, if you're listening, and I'm sure you are, at some point, you'll know exactly what I think that sounded like. That sounded like Anja McCloskey. Remember Anja McCloskey? Beautiful. And she was in one of the jingles last week. Actually, jingles. Now that reminds me. I'll tell you about the jingles in just a second. So that was Around About Dusk. They are from Bristol. Yes. And it's basically Rodell. Is it? No, Rachel Lawrence. Rachel Lawrence is on accordion there, and there's some guys. There's some guys as well doing things, double bass, all that kind of beautiful things. I actually saw them on may have been a TikTok video or Facebook or somewhere in the last 24 hours, and doing something. I think it looked like they were busking in Switzerland. You know, who hasn't done that? But yeah, beautiful. Listen, I've got some good notes about them, so you'll see some bits and pieces about them later on. But yeah, Anja McCloskey, because it's that sort of at the beginning of it, it's got that kind of gypsy jazz kind of feel, but with a little bit edgy gypsy jazz. Beautiful, lovely. So yeah, no Chris this week. He's dog sitting in Sussex, East Sussex, I think somewhere. That's where he was. That's where we saw you last, I think, Chris, wasn't it? I don't know. Oh yeah, jingles. So let me tell you about the jingles after this. This is a great band. This is a band called Shallowdrown, and I love this. They're from Leicester, so that should tell it all from you. Tell it all from you. What am I talking about? Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Listen to this. This is I Bet You Hate Me, and I Bet You Love It. I absolutely adore that. That's Shallowdrown, and I Bet You Hate Me. So they're from Leicester, and it's Molly, I've got it here, Molly, Lenny, Sam and Dom. Absolutely beautiful sound. They compare themselves to the Cure and Alanis Morissette, but I think there's more going on than that. I've had quite a few effects pedals in my life, guitar effects pedals in my life, and that effect, I've had it on a guitar, on an effects It could be on that. I used to have this Yamaha kind of like effects thing, and I'm sure it's one of those. It's one of those, and it's like, oh yeah, they're really good fun to play with. But yeah, they've made a really good song out of it. One thing, sort of a bit weird, I found, and I went back and listened to it about 5 or 6 times. The breakdown, which I really like, that everything stops and we just got the guitar, but then it comes in with it's not a bang. It's like hang on, I'm gonna tap the mic. It's a bit like this, and it's like that, but it's not rhythmic. It's something. So see what you think, Chris. Other people, other pedants that listen to the podcast, have a listen back to that breakdown, and when it comes back in again, there's like a boom, 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 boom. I thought there was someone coming upstairs, because this is quite a sensitive microphone, and if someone's coming upstairs, it makes that boom, boom, boom sound. Anyway, they have got a great gig. That I think they're launching. They've got an album launch at the Soundhouse in Leicester on the 22nd of November. So yeah, have a look for that. There's show notes, etc. Blah 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 blah. So I've got 2 things to tell you. First off is the jingles. So how many jingles do you think people have sent? Well, they have sent none at all. No one sent any jingles in. This is part of my prediction. This is what I predicted, Chris. I said no one will send anything in because people don't. Because you know why? People can't be asked. It takes a lot of effort to make a little jingle, saying something into your phone and attaching it to an MP3 and going to the website. There's lots of things, and people don't do that stuff. They just want to listen to the music, and that's about it. Thank you very much. Get on with the show, Nick. But what I will do is I want to plug a show, one of my shows, which is in London on the 1st of November. I'm playing with my band, Nick Tann, and the whole family. We're playing at the Spice of Life, which is deep in the heart of Solihull, in a very, very shady but very, very fancy part of town. It's where all the theatres are. It's where all the bars are. If you're going to the West End, if you're having a night in London, it's going to be there. So if you're there, come and see us. We're on about 9:30, something like that, at the like I said, at the Spice of Life. And it's going to be a great gig, really good gig. We played there as a 3-piece about 2 or 3 months ago, and we're back as a 5-piece. I may have the new guitar. I'm not sure. I'm literally, as I'm speaking to you, I'm kind of turning and looking at it because it's a thing of beauty. This guitar, it's a thing of beauty. So if you want to see it, go to Nick Tann's Fresh Music Fix if you're not there already. And have a little listen to that. Have a listen to you can listen to the podcast, and you can look at the picture, and you can read all the show notes, and you can go, oh God, I saw this here. I never knew this was here. And you can buy me a cup of coffee. I've got a buy me a coffee thing there, which will cost you £4, I think, something like that. It's a little tip for me. Little tip. Keep me interested. Keep me keen. Right, that's all for this week. I hope you have a great week. I'm going to have a great week. Because I've got rehearsal with the band in a very strange place that we've never rehearsed before, which is not far from here, and it could be there could be a tale to tell. We shall see. Anyway, have a great week, everybody. I love you all. Goodbye.